Well, we have about 70 that graduate about every year. This year we had 68. Enrollment is pretty stable up here. If you go back 40, 50 years, it has been about 75 to 100. So not a lot of enrollment dips or increases. That stability has been a good thing for the district. We've got a pretty solid facility. One thing we are doing is we're working with the state of Minnesota and Xcel Energy to put solar panels on our roof. Similar to the St. Cloud district, we've gotten a grant and we are able to do that. So that's a project that'll be going on this summer. Another big thing that we're excited about is that we're finally getting natural gas here. Yeah, we settled, teacher negotiations settled in April, and so we've got a contract, and we'll be set for about a year, and then we'll be back at the negotiating table in about a year.
They just went fantastic. We have 532 kids. There's not a turkey in the bunch. We really have great kids, great teachers, great support staff. You know, one of the things that you talked about was our building and grounds. And when I take a look at our building, day in and day out, with 1,000 kids here, you won't find a scrap, a piece of paper on the floor. You walk the hallways, kids are behaving. So it was just a really great school year. We did a PBIS initiative, which is positive behavior reinforcements. Our teachers did a really nice job of really trying to catch kids being good and reinforcing that. You know, so instead of hearing the negative of 20% of the kids that make some bad choices, catching them being good and saying, this is what we want you to be consistently. And that was really good. And then Adam Johnson and our math committee, they did a fantastic job of just doing a problem of the week and really highlighting some of the state standards of mathematics, grades 1 through 6. Well, we'd really like to try to do something K-6 with a reading initiative. I believe that just like anything else, in order to be a good reader or a good soccer player or a football player, you have to practice. And so we would like our teachers and our families and students to buy into getting books in hands of children and reading for enjoyment, put down some of the electronics or integrate the electronics into reading, purposeful reading for enjoyment. So that'll be kind of an initiative we'll be working on. Another one that we'll be doing through our PBIS team is we're going to try to do what we would call bus busters and bullies, and just recognizing kids that are riding our buses and transportation system that are saying no to poor choices. And we're not asking them to fight the battle to stop bullying. We're asking them to be partners in at least, you know, making those influences smaller by knowing and recognizing, you know, at-risk behaviors, and then just not tolerating it. Being able to say, I'm stepping up and I'm asking you to stop, and if you don't, then these are the people that I'll bring it to, and they will make sure it stops to keep our kids safe.
We've got some athletic camps that are going on here in the summer, and then we also have over 150 kids that are attending summer school as well.
The pacing is slower, the programs are individualized, and it's skills remediation. What we want to do, and we tell all of our teachers and support staff to jump in and help us out, is it's got to be fun. You know, this is that time for those kids to come in and enjoy school in a total different way from the fast-paced learning that we have in fall. We never turn any children away. And what we do is we identify kids that maybe need a little bit more help. Sometimes it's behavioral structure, sometimes it's academic structure, and then sometimes it's just an opportunity to work with a family that says, hey, my daughter is going, but my other two didn't get invited, but we'd like to attend as a family. And then it's like, absolutely, come on in, the more the merrier.